Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're trying to cut through some of the noise around clean energy tech. Specifically, we want to understand a really groundbreaking development. It's about discovering catalysts much faster. Catalysts that are absolutely crucial for things like green hydrogen production through the oxygen evolution reaction, or OER. So our mission today is to unpack how these things called megalibraries are really shaking up material science.
Right, and it's so important because OER catalysts, they're basically the engine for splitting water efficiently. That's how we get hydrogen from H2O. But the problem has always been finding catalysts that work well and last a long time. It's traditionally been, incredibly slow, lots of trial and error.
Okay, so if it's usually so slow and painstaking, what is this megalibrary thing then? How does it change that whole process?
Well, yeah, it's not about books. A megalibrary here means a really systematic, high-throughput method. Basically, scientists can create and test millions, literally millions, of potential catalyst compositions all at the same time.
Millions, simultaneously.
Exactly. Think of it like a supercharged automated lab, running countless experiments in parallel, instead of, testing them one by one.
That sounds like a huge jump. Just incredibly efficient. I mean, the level of control you'd need for that.
It is. The precision is actually one of the most amazing parts. The sources we looked at mentioned something fascinating. Under just one tiny drop of electrolyte, they estimate the compositional variance is tiny, only about 1.275%.
Wow. Less than 1.3% variation across potentially millions of samples.
Precisely. It shows this incredible control and speed. You're not just guessing anymore. You can map out these vast chemical possibilities with pinpoint accuracy to find what really works best.
So with that kind of power, did they find something specific, a real winner?
They absolutely did. A particular catalyst really stood out. It's an oxide nanoparticle made of ruthenium, cobalt, manganese, and chromium. RuCoMnCr oxide. And they nailed down the exact composition. Ru52Cco33Mn9Cr6. Those numbers are the atomic percentages. Finding that precise mix is key. The megalibrary lets you rapidly see performance across so many variations and zero in on these most active regions.
Right, Ru52Cco33Mn9Cr6. So it emerges as the star. What makes it so good? Let's talk performance, the numbers. We hear terms like overpotential. What does that actually mean in practice?
Good question. So overpotential is basically the extra voltage, the extra push you need beyond the theoretical minimum to make the reaction go. Lower is better.
Less wasted energy.
Exactly. And this catalyst has an overpotential of just 183 millivolts at 10 milliamps per square centimeter. It's very efficient, and 10 macromole is a standard way to measure activity. But here's where it gets really interesting. The stability. This is often the Achilles heel for OER catalysts. They just don't last.
They degrade quickly.
Often, yes. But this one, it kept performing for 500 hours straight at a pretty demanding 200 milliamps per square centimeter. And even more impressively, in actual electrolyzer tests, using what are called membrane electrode assemblies, or MEAs, it ran for over 1,000 hours. Actually, 137 hours to be exact, at a really high current density of 1 amp per square centimeter.
1,000 hours at that high rate. That sounds significant.
It's unprecedented stability, really. That kind of long-term performance under realistic conditions, that's a massive step towards making clean hydrogen production truly practical and cost-effective.
Okay, so let's connect this back. What does this mean for you, the listener? This isn't just some abstract science experiment. It feels like it fundamentally changes the timeline. Instead of years of slow research, maybe we find these critical materials in, weeks? Months?
Potentially, yes. The acceleration is dramatic.
So you could see pathways to getting clean hydrogen infrastructure out there much faster, making green energy, cheaper and just more available for everyone. Are there limitations, though? Or next steps?
Oh, definitely. There's always more work. Scaling up production, integrating it perfectly into industrial systems, that's ongoing. But thinking bigger picture, this really points to a paradigm shift. A whole new way to do material science. It makes you ask.
What else?
Exactly. What other big material challenges could we tackle with this kind of high-throughput megalibrary approach? Think about designing completely new battery materials, maybe finding catalysts for other crucial chemical reactions, even discovering new pharmaceuticals, perhaps.
Right. So the core takeaway seems to be the sheer power of these megalibraries to just slash the discovery time for critical materials, leading to things like this incredibly stable RuCoMnCr oxide for splitting water.
It's more than just faster research. It changes how we find solutions.
Yeah.
And thinking about that, imagine the possibilities. If we can design materials with this speed and precision, Well, think about rapid innovation, not just in energy, but in medicine, electronics, you name it. This deep dive really highlights how quickly the future of sustainable tech, and maybe much more, could actually be built, piece by piece, but much faster pieces.